Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday, April 13th. This is a kind of a continuation of yesterday's lesson and then an addition of our next assignment. So what we have to do for the first about 15 minutes of class, we're going to view our article again. You should be able to click on the daily agenda there and get right to our fast fashion article. Keeping in mind our journal question for the day. So our journal question for, well, it was yesterday, but we didn't have time to really do it, is after reading the article and seeing the data it presents, what are a few things you can do to help protect the planet's future when it comes to your fashion? Okay, so what we want to keep in mind as we read this, what adverse effects does fashion have on the environment, and how can our decisions in the future help that? Because one of the major things we talked about yesterday is not going crazy, not feeling so guilty that you dump all your clothes and go back and, replace your whole wardrobe with things that are more economical. That's not what we're trying to tell you. We're trying to tell you that in the future you have options, okay? And we know what the textile industry does to all of our planet's resources and ecosystems and different cities in which our garments are made. I mean, right here, there's an equivalent of one garbage truck of textiles wasted every second in the world. 5.2% of the waste in our landfills is clothing. Okay, and 3 years is only about how long a piece of clothing today lasts. And so, not to mention the chemicals that get sprayed on cotton, for example. But each one of these sections, okay, whether it's toxic fashion, whether it's waste, whether it's the production of polyester or polymers. In each section there's a thing that says, what can we do? Okay, so you can read into that. If that looks like a situation that applies to you, that's something you're going to write about in your daily journal. Okay? All right, and then at the very end, they have some suggestions on what you can do to help be more sustainable in your fashion as well. All right, so clear down here at the end, after toxic clothing, I believe it. Here we go. It says, how can we reduce our fashion environmental impact? For one, buy less, okay? I'm not saying to go out and buy a sustainable jacket. I'm saying it's more economically sustainable if you just wear the one that you already have. Until it wears out, breaks, or you recycle it or get rid of it, or I would say get rid of it, but like recycle it or donate it, give it to somebody less fortunate. Whatever that may be, keep it in the usage chain until it wears out and then dispose of it properly. That would be the best thing. Buy clothes from sustainable brands. Yes, it might cost more. It should be of higher quality. It should last you longer. Yes, it won't be the newest, greatest fashions, but when you really look at a pair of blue jeans, there's a lot of them that look very, very similar. There might be minute differences within fashion. There may be little holes here or holes there. But really it's not that much different, right? Buying better quality, and this is how you can evaluate quality within a store. Look at the stitches, do a pull test, look at the thickness of the garment, make sure it has a good strong zipper, usually metal. YKK zippers are usually a sign of quality, is a brand name. Think twice before throwing your clothes away. Try to repair them, donate them. Some clothes shops take back used clothes, and some manufacturers set out recycling bins inside their store so you can take those clothes in. Buy secondhand, swap it, rent it. There's a whole bunch of programs now out there. Picking up, sorry, I had to pause it for a second. I think there's places like Amazon or other wardrobe like apps where you can sign up for clothes to be sent to you, and then you send back the ones that you had before in a different box. And it's seasonal, and you can do as many as you want. And that also keeps clothes in the rotation of different people using them, being upcycled, so to speak. And so renting clothes, that's kind of what the newer fashion is out there. But also just thinking about how you wash, right? How you wash your clothes, or as my dad would say, wash, if any of your parents say wash. The average household does almost 400 loads of laundry every year, consuming about 60,000 liters of water. Now, our water goes back into a treatment facility where it's put back into the system, but when you think of all the garments that are used in China, all the garments used in Bangladesh, that's a one-use water. And that's why 3% of our water is tied up every single year in just making garments across the globe. efficient washing machines is a good thing. Use full loads. Wear everything more than once. Like your jeans or pants or shorts are not dirty because you wore them to school for one day, right? Now, if you run around in PE and you get sweaty and they stink or they're dirty or whatever, yes, wash them, okay? But you don't need to wash things if you only worn them once. Now, T-shirts, underwear, obviously those things, socks, you want to change quite regularly, especially as you're growing and probably smell a little bit more than you used to in elementary school. Using cold water, 90% of the energy used for washing clothes is in heating up of the water. They say don't use tumble dryers. It's really inefficient in the summertime not to. And who wants to go outside in the freezing cold and snow to hang up their clothes? Now, the Amish still do this, and they freeze dry it essentially. So it does get frozen, and then if you leave it out there long enough, that ice crystallizes and falls off, and then it becomes dry because it froze. So it's kind of a unique little thing. And then some other initiatives that are happening around the world as far as clothes, fashion, and things like that. So there are plenty of things for you to write about in your Trimester 3 journal, which is linked right here at the very bottom of the day today. All right, and your Trimester 3 journal is questions going back to March 11th. We've had about one a week. And then April 12th is this one. So here's the article link. After reading the article, what are a few things that you can do? I would like a paragraph response. That's 5 to 8 sentences about the things that you would do specifically in your life to be able to combat fashion and pollution and all the bad things that go along with buying cheap products from overseas that are exploiting the environment and the people in which they serve. So if you have any other questions, you can email me, talk to me, and we will see you when you get back. Thanks.